Back. We're back. We are back on this Wilding Out Wednesday. Well, I say Wilding Out Wednesday. It's Panel Wednesday. Guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio, especially on this Panel Wednesday. Hakeem Jordan, what's cracking like? What's cracking like? What is cracking like it?
What a fun time to be alive.
Yeah, man, what's good, people? What's good? It's Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow's Halloween. So I know everybody's going to get their Halloween costumes, go to their Halloween parties, and have a good time this Halloween, this month and everything. But other than that, we are good. We are gravy. So let's go. Let's get it.
Not only that, for myself, I actually voted today, guys. I voted today, early voting.
Oh,
guys,
good.
The lines is short. Right now is the best time. Take advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and vote. Early voting for those that do believe in the voting system. Go ahead. Right now is the best time to go ahead and vote. The lines are Hakeem Jordan quick. You go in, you go out. You don't have to wait until to that long line on this upcoming Tuesday. But those that are planning to vote on Tuesday, the good thing about that, you can leave work early and you will not be held accountable for it because it's a federal situation. So they know that you can walk out and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and vote. But I went ahead and vote, and I can't. I don't know. Jordan, I don't know what it is. They for some reason they feel happy when they see a black man vote. For some reason, I don't know if that ever happened to you. They get a big smile.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's been a lot of heat about black men. They're not voting or they're not voting at all. They be hearing that. So when they see a black man, they'll say, "Oh yeah."
Good point, Jordan. Wow. Good point. But shout out to Hassan. That's also in the building. Abi Wody is also in the building, and also the lovely Mimi, always the first one in the building. Say happy hump day, KL Culture Radio in chat. Hakeem, Jordan, and the Ron Master.
Yep.
Yeah, but that being said, now that, but shout out to those watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, Rumble, and X. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow. That being said, Jordan, what's going on in the sports world, my dude?
Let's go. Let's talk about. We're gonna go to the NFL, and we're gonna talk about a certain team and a certain quarterback, and the Indianapolis Colts. So, so Anthony Richardson, he was drafted last year. He was a top 5 pick. So he's gonna be the face of the franchise and everything. Last year, play a couple games. He got hurt. Missed the season. This year, a lot of the fans, the coach and the owner had a lot of hopes for him. But, this year he hasn't been playing so well. I mean, earlier this year he was hurt for like a game or two, and then the backup Joe Flacco came and Joe Flacco looked good. But this past Sunday, while he was playing and everything, Hakeem and Ryan, he did not play good. He did not play good. And the thing is about he did not play good. That there was one time, I think it was in the fourth quarter, he pulled himself out of the game, and he told the coach, he said, "Hey, coach," he said, "Coach said, why you need to come out?" "Oh, I'm tired." Not that he was hurt, not that he was nicked. He said he was tired, and it got so bad, Hakeem and Ronnie, that it got so bad that everybody heard that. It went around the media and everything, sports media. And that, with that, that's forbidden to say that in NFL, especially you're a high athlete, something like that. So what the Indianapolis Colts did, they bitched him and put Joe Flacco in. And I believe, putting Joe Flacco in, which, he played last year with the Browns. He took them to the playoffs because Deshaun Watson was hurt. A lot of people believe, put Joe Flacco in this year because he also won a comeback player last year, that they have a bad chance of Joe Flacco can go to the playoffs, except for Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Hakeem played the clip, and you'll see what I'm talking about also in the chat. And after that, we'll chop it up.
Were you hurt? Were you injured? Were you tired? Anthony, can you explain just you subbing out? Were you hurt? Were you injured? Were you tired?
Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there, what I did, and I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next play. So I just, just told Sam I just needed a break right there.
Anthony, can you explain just you subbing out? Were you hurt? Were you injured?
Hey, I told my wife this the other day, and my wife is like, that's a weak ass move. So she kind of know
It
when I
is.
told her that was weak. That was weak. But yeah, it got so bad that they benched him, Hakeem. They put Joe
Good.
Flacco in, and
Good.
I agree with it. But go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on it?
Well, let's just be honest here. I'm looking at his stats right now. Anthony, don't give me no offense to Anthony. He only averaged about 160 yards a game. That's terrible, especially with the type of weapons they have with the Indianapolis Colts. Man, they had Jonathan Taylor. Remember, they got Jonathan Taylor as running back. He normally averages close to 100 yards a game, and they barely even run the ball. I don't understand that. And not only that, but they have Pat Man Jr. Pat Man Jr. normally last season, I think he averaged close to like 80 to 90 yards a game. Now he's only averaging about he's only averaging about 40. So I mean, that's a bad performance of the quarterback. To me, they need to bench him. And people keep forgetting Joe Flacco is a veteran quarterback. He understands the weapons around him. And I guarantee you, this upcoming Sunday, whoever team they play next, it's gonna be a different shift. These people they're getting as quarterback, and then now that they're getting these quarterback a lot of high paying salary, and for them to underperform, prime example, like I know we're not talking about Dak Prescott, same thing, underperforming. They paying you big salary and you underperforming like that. They need to stop doing that. They need to stop doing that. Mahomes, even though people make fun of Mahomes, say, "Oh, Mahomes is not that great right now. He's throwing a lot of interception." However, he's still executing the game. He's still closing the game out, and they paying him. That's why they paying the money they paying him. Same thing, Joe Flacco getting paid high paying salary. Look how he's performing. Cincinnati Bengals are struggling. So I think the coach did a good decision. Bench him, let him feel how it is, and put a real quarterback that actually do know how to play the game and is going to execute what he need to execute for on the Indianapolis coast, so they can try to make it to the playoff run. Because right now they're 4-4. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So I had to go look how much he was making. He just signed a 4-year contract for $33 million, and I think it was 7 guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a rookie contract, Hakeem.
That's a rookie.
Yeah, that's a rookie. Usually
No,
that's
he's on a rookie deal.
It's a rookie deal. It's a top 5 pick deal, and usually when you're a top 5, top 10 pick, you'll get that type of money.
Okay, so for somebody who's broke like me and you get $33 million, man, I'm on steroids trying to run that ball.
I feel you.
$33 million, your family doesn't have to eat. You invest that S&P, whatever. He said, I was tired, man. You better get into that cold ice bath. So, you know what I mean? I've looked at him, and just as well as Joe Flacco, I've been trying to notice. I'm just saying, Ron, you're right. They're paying these guys too much for lackluster performance. You know what I mean? What more do we need to say? Like, you have the opportunity of a lifetime. Most people don't get in the NFL. To say that you're tired?
Look at Jalen. But I can't look at Jalen from the Commanders.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. And look how the Commanders doing.
Yeah.
And he has
same thing as Caleb. Go ahead, Jordan.
Ribs right now.
He's putting in work.
A lot of work.
Putting in work.
The Commanders?
Putting in work.
Ahead,
No, you're right. You're putting in work. So I'm just saying, like, I wonder the city, I wonder the sports manager, I wonder the owner, I wonder what's going through their head when they do these deals and they look at these stats and say, can we get him? Can we shove him around? Because right now I notice the league has an issue with quarterbacks. Let's just be honest about it. We're suffering. This is not the era where we're having the best quarterbacks. I've been noticing that. When I look and we start to look, we have few honorable mentions. You know what I mean? You got the guy in Baltimore, you got Pat Mahomes, you got Joe Burrow, you know what I mean? You got a couple of these guys, you know what I mean, who here, but we're suffering there. It's not all over. So hopefully they get it, but they need to sit him down and just trade him off, put him on injury reserve.
And let me tell you guys, this man is 6'5", 230. This man's practically built like Cam Newton. He is a big physical specimen, and he can throw the ball too. And when teams draft these quarterbacks, they want to see progression and everything. If you don't do something, we're not seeing you're not gonna be a one-hit wonder like a Jalen Daniels for Washington or C.J. Stroud for Ohio State and everything. Or Caleb Williams, he started off slow, but now he's picking up the pace, game by game by game. Anthony Richardson, he was picking it. He was. I ain't gonna lie. Last year he was looking good. The first 4 games, then he got hurt. So we kind of expected, okay, that's a small sample size we saw for last year, which he did look really, really good. Very small sample size, bring it to this year. So far, he did not bring one single thing. He's not moving the needle, which, we want to see a top 5 pick should be and everything. So usually, quarterbacks, if you're a first round quarterbacks, you get more leeway since they pay you a little bit more. If you was a second or third rounder and everything, they'll give you the minimum of 3 years. But with Anthony Richardson's situation and everything, and how he's not looking good, and also the thing is, if he's not looking good, what are the teammates saying in closed doors? I know the teammates is saying something, and I know when that one game a few weeks back when he got hurt, they pulled Joe Flacco in. Joe Flacco was throwing the ball. I think they lost that game, but Joe Flacco, he was throwing the ball and he almost won the game. And and Joe Flacco, he's 40 years old, 40, and still doing his thing. So with with the situation, I think he should be benched. Kind of like what's his name for Carolina. He got benched earlier in the game, but now he's coming back and everything. So Anthony Richardson, for him, I just feel like he needs to be benched the 3 or 4 games. But if Joe Flacco is just winning, you got to bitch him. You got to bitch the rest of the year, because Joe Flacco, to me, they looking at the AFC, there's not a lot of world beaters in the team. The Jets not looking good. Miami's not, even though Tua came back, Miami's not looking good like that. The New England Patriots not looking good like that. The division that Indy's in, the only good team is good is Houston and everything. So I believe, if you put, Joe Flacco in, they can make definitely a payout push. And also, I think they sit down a little bit more. And I also want to say this too. When you draft these quarterback in the top 5, top 10, there's sometimes with quarterbacks like Anthony Richardson, like him, I think he should have been redshirted or set down for a year, because there are some quarterbacks they can't start the game 1, like a Caleb Williams or Jalen Daniels. There are some quarterbacks like a Jordan Love, for Green Bay. Remember, he was drafted 5 years ago. He sat his first 3 years because Aaron Rodgers was there, and then he started last year. He looked great, and now he got past the top 5 quarterback. So I think there's sometimes when these teams draft quarterbacks, they gotta do their due diligence. Like, should we start her immediately, or just I say, wait a minute, I don't think he's gonna pop out this year. Maybe we just seen him down a year or 2 until I believe that he's ready. So I wish that more teams do it the old-fashioned way and wait. If they drafted their players, and wait maybe a year or 2, because you look at the situation with here in Indy.
Did I freeze? No, Jordan from.
Well, that situation as well. So, but Anthony Richardson, man, but that comment that you made, you deserve to be benched. I'll bet you the whole year and play Joe Flacco and go to the playoffs. Simple as that.
I agree. I agree with everything you say, Jordan. I agree with everything Hakeem said. Now, about shout out to Ashton Williams, the creator of Shiesty Avenger, is also in the building. Shout out to Shay, that's watching right now on Instagram, and also Mr. 305. I know who you are. I will call you Mr. 305. That's also watching us on Instagram. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan, that's also in the building. And we still praying for Sherry Bryan. I know she's still recovering. We pray that she have a speedy recovery and that she's able to relax at the moment as she recovers. Yes.
Happy birthday to Gorilla Back's family member. I don't know. He had tagged me in the post, and it's a birthday of his family member. Happy birthday to you, Queen, from Chaos Culture Radio in the game.
Let's go. Shout out to his people. Hey, Shay. No, she waited. I was saying, hey. Yeah. But that being said, Jordan, what's going on in the money world? What's happening in the money?
Let's talk about these financials. So the third quarter of the economy came out, and looking at the numbers, it kind of grew up, and it kind of grew into a very slow pace. It was just under 3%, and a lot of people thought it was going to grow a little bit more like a 4% or higher. But look at the numbers, how much we're spending here in America. It grew just a little bit of pace. And now we look at the forecast of the fourth quarter, which means which means like, you know, the elections are around the corner, which that could also make a big impact on how, you know, how the fourth quarter economy, the fourth quarter economy, how this gonna really go target for the fourth quarter, and also start of the quarter one for 2025. So go ahead, Hakeem, play a clip. This is from ABC News, and after that, we'll chop it up.
We have breaking news. A new GDP report is out this morning showing the U.S. economy grew a solid but slightly disappointing 2.8% annual. The report credits consumer spending for the boost. Chair of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, Jared Bernstein, joins me now for more on this. Jared, thanks so much for coming on. What's your reaction to these new numbers?
I think these numbers are just a reminder of how far we've come in this economy since this president took office. In the midst of a downturn, the largest that we've seen since the Great Depression, to the strongest economy in the world. 2.8% GDP growth in the third quarter is well above the trend, the underlying trend of GDP growth, and recent reports have also been there. This president has posted an annualized growth rate of over 3%. That puts him way high up in the rankings. 16 million jobs, unemployment rate at a 50-year low on average, and now rising wages and incomes as inflation eases. We have more work to do to build on this progress, particularly around cutting costs, but we are moving solidly in the right direction.
The Federal Reserve cut interest rates last month for the first time in 4 years. So why don't Americans feel like the economy is improving?
Well, we actually saw in October the largest spike, the largest jump up in consumer confidence in 3.5 years. Now, that's 1 month. I try not to over-torque on any monthly or quarterly result. But that trend is also moving in the right direction. And I think one of the reasons for that is that real incomes are up $4,000 since this president took office. The gas price this morning was $3.13, below $3 a gallon in 20 states. That is helping consumers with real breathing room, and you saw that in this report with a very strong, above expectations, consumer spending number of 3.7%. Again, none of that undermines the urgency of our continuing to lower costs in healthcare, in childcare, in prescription drugs, and we will push that agenda against those who would repeal it, because we need to build on the progress that we're making.
Jared, what about things like grocery prices, where we often hear the term sticky inflation? That seems to be where it's so evident.
Right. I think grocery prices are an example where inflation has come way down. We had double-digit inflation in grocery prices a year and a half ago. Now we're looking at numbers that are around 1%. But people still remember what things used to cost. And that's why, again, our agenda to reduce industrial concentration, for example, in the meatpacking industry, to have more competition, put downward pressure on prices, is as urgent as ever. But let's not forget the income or wage side of the agenda. It actually takes the same amount of work now to buy a bag of groceries as it did before the pandemic. And that's because as inflation has gone up, paychecks have gone up more. None of that obviates the work we have to do. But again, the trend is our friend in those areas.
So, Jared, what does a stronger economy mean for the Fed and interest rates going forward?
Well, I'm pretty careful not to get into their knitting. We respect Fed independence. I think what they've told us is steady as she goes. If you look at their plot for cutting rates, they're on a trajectory that I think we should all listen to them and believe what they say. So the strong economy, this backdrop, is, from our perspective, helping families at the kitchen table. That's what matters most to this president and vice president.
And the October jobs report will be released on Friday. It's expected to be one of the most distorted in years after a month of hurricanes and worker strikes. So what's your message to voters who will see this jobs report as they prepare to head to the polls?
To look at the trend and to never overemphasize 1 month's report, particularly when that report is, and I'm very glad you brought this up. This is actually very important news. We have two sources of distortion in that report, both of which are expected to lower the count of payrolls. One is there are over 40,000 striking workers, and that's baked into the number. The other is the hurricanes, and we can't tell what that impact will be till we see it. But it's a good reason to remember that in this report, the signal will be dampened, the noise will be elevated, to look at the underlying trend. There we have very strong job growth, a solid labor market, historically low unemployment, helping to generate real wage gains. What we saw in this GDP report that's supporting strong consumer spending. That's 70% of our economy. If we have the tailwind of this job market behind the American consumer, we expect these growth rates to persist.
I also want to talk about a comment from President Biden that's getting a lot of backlash from Republicans today. In an interview, the president was reacting to the comments made by a comedian at Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden, where the comedian called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. I want to play that moment from the president for you in response.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable. And
you can stop it. Yeah, you can stop it.
The president later tweeted, "I refer to the hateful rhetoric."
He did say it. That comedian did say that, and Biden did say that. But go ahead, Jordan.
He did. Yeah, so as you can see, there's still the third quarter. The second quarter. We talked about a few months ago. There was an increase, and now the third quarter we see a slight increase as well. So even though us, as African Americans, you might not be seeing it, because of groceries, rent, all type of stuff. You can still see a small difference of how the economy might look once we elect a president, and also a future forecast of what we will see in 2025. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take about how the third quarter look for the economy, and might be seeing possible keep up of a rise in our U.S. economy?
So for me, I hear that, and I want to just see the numbers myself. But from a personal day to day, I really didn't see no effect. And maybe that's just a personal thing. But I do think that if I was to see prices drop down, then I can honestly say, okay, they're moving to the right direction. But still, the prices are still up. And there's certain laws that hasn't been passed yet that I think will ease something too. Here in the state of Florida, we're trying to legalize that wacky taffy. You know what I mean? So it's things like that I would like to see to pass. And then, if the unemployment rate is down, then we would see that in us trying to get better jobs. You know what I mean? So that's my point on that.
Now, but shout out to Big Ears Competition that's watching us on Instagram. And now, shout out to Ruthless Truth that's also in the building. Pretty soon we're going to get ready to drop the link. I know Ruthless always come up on Panel Wednesday. Shout out to him. He's also in the building. Shout out to those watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, and also Rumble, and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow. It's so very, very important. So my thing is, this is the problem here we always having when it comes to the economy. Is the Feds. The Feds continue to touch interest rate. At some point, they gotta say, okay, stop touching it and let the economy fix itself. As you can see right now, the economy is at 2.8. The reason why the economy is at 2.8 is because people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. People are grocery shopping. People are shopping. People are investing in other businesses. People are using their money. They're not leaving their money in the bank, but they actually using the money that's also in the bank. People are buying homes. People are renting. The economy is going to naturally fix itself. So if the Fed stop touching the interest rate, the economy will go right back where it needs to be. Now, I'm not going to lie. I kind of disagree with him when it comes to the aspect of the job market, because they say there's a lot of jobs, but Hakeem and Jordan, I don't see it. They have to show me. They have to really show me these jobs they be talking about. These 1 million to 2 million jobs. Now, don't get me wrong. Recently, I heard that right now government job has increased and has a lot of opening. So if they just focus on that only, they're right. But overall, the whole United States, I don't see it, because a lot of people right now are still complaining they can't find a job. Now, don't get me wrong. Right now, we are headed to the holiday season. Matter of fact, not heading. We already are in the holiday season. Therefore, you have jobs like Amazon, like a lot of factory jobs right now is open. That have a lot of openings, so people are trying to find extra jobs, 2 jobs, another form of income. So if they're going based on that, then I kind of agree with him on that. But overall, I don't really see it. But I know the only thing is I think they noticed that really was an increase was on government job, and I think a little bit on tech. But that's pretty much it. And I think healthcare, if I'm not mistaken. But that's pretty much it. But I could be wrong. Somebody could correct me in the chat. But at the end of the day, let the economy do its thing. The economy is gonna pretty much fix itself. Shout out to Dialogue, that's also in the building. Also, Joe No Heard him. Blessings in abundance. Go right ahead, Joe.
Alaikum, brothers.
Yes, shout out to Joe Don't Hurt him. Yeah, me guys, like I said, even though I see this number, so I'll place a number. Go ahead.
Joe Don't Hurt him is our Boricua brother, Koki. And 100 family. We don't support none of that goofy shit them white folks was talking about.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the joke.
The joke. It was very tasty.
Of course now, totally, yeah, very wrong.
Took a big blow.
Yes, sir. For me, looking at the economy, I don't, like I said, I'm with you guys. I don't, looking around here, maybe because we're just in a major city, we're not seeing anything's going on. Maybe it's in smaller towns that just might hit anything. But only thing about with the strong about the economy is there's a soft spot of it's a good time to buy homes in what's in a housing market in that way. That's the only thing I'm seeing. When it comes to jobs, I agree with Ronnie about there's a lot of seasonal jobs because of the holidays coming by and so forth. But me, I'm not feeling anything, anything about how when it comes to bills or all that type of stuff. Other than it's getting cooler, it's not getting hot, so I know that our electric bill is gonna go down because we use a lot of air conditioning. That's the only thing I can see for my part. But for me, I just want to see how election goes. Oh, like I said, which is a week away, and also see talk about the fourth quarter economy, because I think when we talk about the fourth quarter of the economy, I think we can see a really value about how the economy of 2024, how it really gets down and everything. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't see anything or feel anything right now. I don't see nothing right now. But we'll just see till the fourth quarter. See how 2024 goes, and then after 2025, hopefully what Ronnie said, the economy rebuild itself, and we can have more money in our pockets, a lot more cho in our pockets, that moolah in our pockets for 2025.
But shout out to Miss Lockhart. That's also watching us on Instagram. Hey, Miss Lockhart, great to see you. She be over there in the Black House. So she knows a lot of people. She knows Judge O'Brown, Hakeem and Jordan.
Well,
she knows a lot of high powerful people.
Hey,
Miss
tell
Lockhart.
Miss Lockhart, work with us, baby. We trying to.
Yeah, because he's from LA.
But Miss Lockhart, where you from? I don't think she's from LA. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think right now she's in New Orleans. I'm not sure. Miss Lockhart, where you at right now? But but Miss Lockhart knows a lot of people in the industry. A lot of people. She used to do voiceovers too. So but it's always great to see Miss Lockhart. She got that smooth old school, the old school women used to talk to. That's Miss Lockhart. You know what I'm saying? She got that soul. So Dialogue, you're right. I think they are lying about the job.
Yeah.
I don't see it. And you remember, you in California, you enjoyed it in California, so that's one of the biggest states. California, Texas, and New York. So if people say there ain't no jobs, I don't know what they are talking about. But I'm just curious on I'm being honest. I'm curious about that report. I'm actually gonna read it on. They say draw what, tomorrow or Friday? I think
Friday.
Tomorrow, Friday?
It's Friday.
Friday. I'm gonna look into that report because I know for certain they say government job. I know right now they're hiring right now for a lot of government jobs. So go ahead.
No, you're right. They're inflating the numbers. Another thing too, they're also trying to count temporary jobs that are coming in the holidays. So that's another thing that's kind of disingenuous.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, like
good point.
These jobs 3 months. Yeah, like.
Now that, but you already know what it is. Hip hop. Boy, oh boy, there's a lot going on in hip hop. Jordan, what's going on in the hip hop world?
Let's talk about it. Let's get to it. So let's talk about the producer Metro Boomin. So there has been they have said that Metro Boomin is being sued for alleged sexual battery. So according to Metro Boomin's lawyer, they said this is a pure shakedown. These are false accusations. Leyland Wayne, which is Metro Boomin's real name, refused to pay her months ago, and he refuses to pay her now. Mr. Wayne will defend himself in court. He will file a claim for malicious malicious prosecution once he prevails. Metro Boomin is facing a new lawsuit from a woman who claims she knew and trusted the Grammy Award producer before he allegedly her in 2016. TMZ Hip Hop obtained stock file today, and yesterday, and by her name is Vanessa, who claims she was suffering from depression after the death of her 9-month-old son at the time, but hit it off with Metro during a getaway trip to Vegas in the spring that year. Vanessa also claims Metro invited her to his studio to hang back in LA, where she says she observed Metro taking codeine even against the warning of his friends. And also she says that she visited Metro at his his studio and took half of Xanax pills and shot of alcohol to cope with the sadness over her passing son. And then Vanessa also claims she officially regained consciousness in bed. I guess they was doing something at night. We don't know. And she said she woke up, regained consciousness in bed, and Metro on top of her, allegedly assaulting her and performing oral sex on her after allegedly blacking out and then waking up again. Vanessa says Metro Boomin appears and informed her she was inside the Beverly Hills hotel room and it was time to leave. She says she has no memory of how it happened, but this happened back in 2016, and now she's filing a civil suit, not a criminal suit, a civil suit. So
here we go again.
That's what I want to say. But other than that, Hakeem, play a little clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Shout out to Gore, that's also in the building.
My brother from another mother. Fire up the grill and listen to the best show on YouTube.
Hey. No, you forgot. You mean the best show on the planet, Gore.
Hey. I feel a little sweet because I just blushed.
And the baby made a noise. Oh,
yeah, I just blushed.
Wait, he just blushed. The baby chaos made a noise. No, but here we go again. Hakeem, go ahead and play the clip. Metro Boomin now.
Shout out to Gore, man.
The allegations date back to 2016. Metro Boomin became the subject of horrific allegations on October 29th. The producer was sued by a woman named Vanessa LeMaster, who alleges that he sexually assaulted her during a studio session in 2016. In the lawsuit, which was obtained by TMZ, LeMaster alleges that Metro Boomin took advantage of her during a particularly emotional time in her life. Furthermore, she claims that became pregnant as a result of the producer's alleged assault. LeMaster claims that she met Metro Boomin shortly after the death of her 9-month-old son. The two hit it off in Las Vegas, and the producer subsequently invited her to his LA studio in September 2016. Once there, however, LeMaster claims that Metro Boomin was abusing codeine. She also consumed different substances, claiming she took half a Xanax and a shot of alcohol. LeMaster claimed that she blacked out on a couch and woke up in a bed. She alleges that Metro was on top of her and forcibly performing oral sex on her. When she regained consciousness the following morning, she alleges that the producer told her to leave. Read more. Drake and Metro Boomin allegedly pass on 21 Savage's birthday party. Metro Boomin allegedly invited the victim to his studio. Vanessa LeMaster states that she later learned that she was pregnant. She claims that the pregnancy had to have resulted from the alleged Metro Boomin assault because she hadn't had sex with anybody else. LeMaster claims to have terminated the pregnancy 2 months later. The allegations don't stop there, however. The alleged victim believes that Metro Boomin referenced the incident in a song. The song Rap Saved Me featured a verse from Metro in which he detailed events eerily similar to these allegations. She took a Xanny / then she fainted, he spit. I'm from the gutter. Ain't no changing. LeMaster is seeking unspecified damages and punitive damages. Metro Boomin has been involved in multiple lawsuits over the last year. All of them have been music-related. The producer was sued by the Barry White estate over an uncleared sample in 2023. Then, the company behind Metro's BBL Drizzy was sued by multiple record labels. LeMaster's lawsuit marks the first time, however, that the producer has been formally accused of assault. Metro has yet to respond to these allegations.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Why that's also in the building.
Why how come and drop these gems?
He do.
Like
Jordan, you muted.
Ronnie, what's your take on these allegations? Do you believe them, or do you not, or you don't believe them?
The problem is, I do believe in the aspect of there is some predators that are producers that do prey on women. However, I don't think Metro Boomin is that type of dude. But I could be wrong. But I don't see him that type of dude. I think what happened is, I think that the girl is making up these stories. That's the thing about these allegations, man. It's the thing about why some of these women put themselves in these type of positions. If you see a producer that he's taking some type of drugs or any form of substance, don't get involved with that. Protect yourself. But I understand some people want to be hip with the party, but no. I think these women need to start bringing people there with them and stop going alone. Start bringing people with you. Start bringing a guy with you or a friend of yours with you, cousin, any form of relative. Because these women got to protect themselves because there are predators that are producers. But I'm not calling Metro Boomin a predator. I'm just saying that they are out there. But for me, Metro Boomin, he don't seem that type of dude to go out and do stuff like that. But remember, you might not really know the person until later on in life. But I don't think he's not that type of dude. Now, if Trey Songz, that's a whole nother story. But him, nah. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like I've never heard him in any rumors, any allegations. This is like the first one. The only thing I don't like is like this is why you got to be careful when you start rapping things like this. Then people start to associate you with that. Rick Ross went through the state since put a root and she ain't even know it. You know what I mean? Like these things when you start to alluding to like date grapes, taffy, wacky taffy, then
Correct.
you're gonna start to believe that type of stuff. You feel me? But if you're not rapping about that, you're not doing that, then we want like say for instance, nobody can even assume J. Cole's doing that. It's not even in our mind. Was like he's probably married. Same thing with Wale. Wale mad at himself so much that how can you get it? But for some reason, when it comes to the trap and the drill rappers, there's always an allegation. You know what I'm trying to say? But then shout outs to Narrative and Dialogue. This could be a groupie. We always practicing like he's not that mad from that. He just had one of the biggest records come out.
Correct.
Follow up. Like he's winning. So I don't see this. I seen interviews on him. I hear him talk about God and stuff like that. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it's just difficult for me to hear that. But black men, protect yourself. Don't fall victim to the cat.
And not only that, but I want to say something too that I think these allegations are getting way out of control. And also now they can't use the lyrics in court. I think they passed a law where people now you cannot use lyrics in court. So either or he must have stated that the lyrics, they can't use that in court anymore. So that actually protected him as well. So I'm saying what's gonna be her defense? Go ahead, Jordan.
For me, I would take it seriously if she put criminal charges which a lot of women they don't do. They just go for the money grab and everything. And also, I'm with you guys. I don't. Services Metro been out for a long time. I admit it. No rumors are going out like a Trey Songz or other artists we hear. But yeah, this is very odd to me and everything. To me, I think she's mad about something about Metro Boomin. He supposed to do something. He didn't do anything, and he do anything. Maybe he promised her something that she's gonna get, she didn't get, and then she want to throw this out. And to me, I'm gonna give out Metro Boomin for this. When it comes to you being smart, make sure you do it. If you want to have mess with the chick around, that's cool. But make sure you have an NDA, yo. Have that NDA around. That's I'm gonna blame Metro Boomin on that. You should have put an NDA down because you would have a paper trail. You want to worry about it. But now no NDA. Now she's throwing up alleged assault against you and everything, which which you and your lawyer try to fight and everything, which I believe you clear your name. And the thing is like I believe it more if it's true if there's more women coming out, but and for me, seeing this, I don't like I said, I don't think it's true at all, unless more allegations for multiple women come out, but but the thing is we never heard rumor about that. So I think with this, Metro Boomin, he's gonna win this, and hopefully he'll get this done by the end of this year. So next year he don't got to worry about it. But yeah, how can you, Brad? When it comes to like trap music, and drill rap music, and some R&B and also some R&B.
R&B
as well.
Trey Songz.
Yeah.
But Trey, the thing with Trey, he do have a sexual appetite. That's the problem with Trey.
Rumors for a long time against Trey.
Long time,
like over 10 years.
Over 10 years, and it hasn't caught up to him.
He does.
You know what I'm trying to say? Crazy. Like I would honestly, if they said something about him, I would believe it because I heard that there was that one interview with that girl came on. I think it was.
Keke Palmer talked about it a little bit.
Huh?
Keke Palmer talked about it a little bit too.
Yeah, and
his sexual appetite is out of
control.
No Jumper. Yeah.
What's that girl that DJ Academics used to date? The little white girl.
I know you're talking about, but I don't know her name. But I know exactly who you're talking about.
She was on there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was her or somebody else. She was on there where I think it was a rumor that she said that I think she was locked in a room and Buddy who he's talking about was effing her down.
I'm talking to him.
Locked in her.
And all the thing with Trey Songz, all the stories are the same. All of them are the same. We hear rumors about it. They're the same.
Yeah. But they never say he never hit without a condom.
True. Oh, nobody ever got pregnant. Shout out to No Chase, that's also in the building. Also Chicago. Willa is also in the building at 7. And then also Mr. Muhammad. Blessings and upon you. It's also in the It's also in the building. But I say this movement of these sexual allegations are starting to be very, very out of control. And at some point they gotta bring it down a notch. To me, if someone did something, or a woman, if someone violates you, don't just go for the silver suit. Go for that. If you want the money, get your bag. But also go for the criminal suit. But you know why? They know the criminal suit gonna take more time. They want to in and out.
There you go, Selena Powell. That's who it is. Yep.
Selena Powell. So I would say, guys, be very, very careful out here. Men too, protect yourself, like Jordan said. Protect yourself. Go ahead.
Easy. Get married like Jordan and Chicago Rilla. You won't have a problem.
No, there's some married men that have problems too.
No, they do.
There's some married men be deleting their side women.
But you gotta have XEX discipline.
Yes, I agree.
You gotta have discipline. You gotta be content with just sleeping with one woman. Make it fun. Maybe put your face down there.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
Like, get busy.
You like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Right now, we're going to deep dive into different variety of topics. It is Panel Wednesday. What does Panel Wednesday mean? Panel Wednesday is pretty much for you guys. We give you guys an opportunity to come on the panel and join the conversation with us. Shout out to those that are watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, and also Rumble, and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So that's what Panel Wednesday is all about. It's for you guys to deep dive to us to a different variety of topics. Before we hit see the link is now in the chat. It's also pinned. So guys, come on up and join the conversation with us. Before you know, we're gonna get ready to deep dive to the main topic of the show. But before we do that, go ahead, Jordan. Do your thing. Hey, maybe put a ring in the chat. Mary.
Put that ring.
Put a ring on it.
That ring finger.
You gotta know her ring size. I think it's 7 3/4. I'm guessing.
She look a little smaller than that, about a 3.
No, I think it's 7. I think it's 7 3/4. I could be wrong though, cause you got them small little hands when you see on the panel.
When I first proposed to my wife, I didn't know her ring size, I guess, and I got it right.
What's your wife's ring size?
She was a 5. She was a 5.
Straight 5?
Yep.
No inches.
Yeah.
I'm just
waiting. I was examining her hand at first. I was like, and she told me, but I forgot. I totally forgot. I was like, I think this is it. I'm just gonna get it, whatever. And I got it. It was the right fit. It was perfect. It was a good size.
But shout out to EJ. Elijah's also in the building. Say, hey guys, I got school, y'all boys. You go, all right, what's going on, Elijah, man? Great to see you, big dog. My brother's in the building.
Shout out to Elijah, man.
Yeah, that's our brother. I was just saying, like, I don't know, put a ring on it. Hakeem, you got to put a ring on it.
No. I don't put rings on it. They put rings on me. I stopped asking people to get married. I'm going to just sit here waiting here in my corner, waiting to get married. I wear a size 14. I am a...
Oh, so look, I got ring finger right. You're like, literally. Yeah. Okay, Ronnie, it's 7 3/4. That was a hell of a guess. No, but look, and she laughing. That was a hell of a guess. No, but shout out to how you say invite Mr. Lockhart. I'm gonna actually hit her up. I'm gonna invite her on the panel. I already gave her a shout out. So, hey, y'all pray for Sherry and her recovery. Yes,
we praying. Hey,
how is take it easy and get some good soup from you. Go ahead.
Hey, Bobby, how is and her kids doing? Tell them we praying for them too, because I know it's a rough time to see their mama going through that right now.
Hey, I can't make sure you drop the link also on Facebook. Elijah could come on up. He said, "Ring is not where it starts at." Okay,
Elijah. You see, Elijah's married,
but he's married. Elijah's married as well.
You can say that. Married. But he put a ring on it. I'm not putting rings on no more. I want a ring. I want a ring to be placed on me.
No, Bobby. Look, that's good. She's off Facebook. She just need to be relaxing and her recovering. Facebook will always be here. Trust me, it will. But go ahead, Jordan. Do your thing. Do your thing, big dog.
All right, let's go to this first topic. So this topic, we really covered this 2 years ago, and that was Shanquella Robinson. So it's been almost 2 years after her death back in Cabo. And we suspected that the Mexican police and also really the FBI is really getting involved about her death and everything, or who took her life and everything. But so far, 2 years later, we have done nothing. So Shanquella's mother files a lawsuit against the Cabo Six. The Cabo Six are the 6 friends who was at the trip, and also she also filed against the FBI on the 2-year anniversary of her ultimate death. Claims authorities didn't properly investigate her alleged killing, and now her mother is not stopping, and she just want to find justice for her child. It's been 2 years, man, and FBI haven't done nothing. So mother, she's gonna fight to the death for her. She's gonna fight hard. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Big developments tonight on this day marking 2 years since the death of Shanquella Robinson.
Yeah, you'll remember she's the Charlotte woman who mysteriously died during a trip with a group of friends to Cabo, Mexico. So over the past 2 years here, Shanquella's family and friends have worked tirelessly to pursue justice. That effort continues even today. Yeah, Shanquella's family has just filed a lawsuit against those vacationing with her and the federal agencies involved in the case, as her case has thus far resulted in no arrests. WCNC Charlotte's Jessie Pierre was there as family made this announcement. She's here with what they had to say.
For Shanquella Robinson's family, her death is an open wound. It's been 2 years without justice, 2 years without closure.
the fight for justice after losing a child.
We have a hard time grieving. You know, every year we got an anniversary coming up. It never goes away.
Shanquella Robinson was 25 years old when she died after being violently beaten during a trip with friends in Cabo, Mexico in October of 2022. Tuesday, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, and her legal team fighting back with a lawsuit.
It has been 2 years, and there's no reason that no one has not been arrested yet, and I need justice for my child.
The lawsuit names all 6 vacation mates, also being called the Cabo Six. It alleges multiple counts of wrongful death, battery, negligence, conspiracy, and emotional distress against them.
And one of them didn't have no sense to stop it or try to help her. They're going to sit there and video it and look at it, and because they all had a part to do with it. They all played a part in her murder, and each and every one of them should be arrested.
Shanquella's autopsy performed in Mexico says she died from a severe spinal cord injury and broken neck. However, back in the States, the autopsy came back inconclusive. The FBI and the U.S. Department of Justice did not find enough evidence to pursue prosecution.
Nothing, in my experience as an attorney, greases the wheels of justice like litigation.
Both agencies also named in the lawsuit for negligence in investigating and mishandling of the case.
The federal authorities have a duty to thoroughly and quickly investigate a claim, and that every day that they delay is justice denied for this family.
To the 6 that was with her. The sooner you come forward, the sooner you take your part in, the sooner you can go on with your life. Because no matter what, you didn't have the right.
The FBI declined to comment on the pending litigation. Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
And we will.
Nice, Jordan. This is really, really nice. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of forgot about that story.
So if you guys did, I put a link about the video that we did 2 years ago. I put it on the link. If you guys want to check it out, we covered the whole. We did like an hour and a half of it, I believe.
Yeah.
We covered a whole story about her and everything.
Yeah.
Now 2 years later, so far nothing. And I don't know if that. I don't think FBI really had a jurisdiction in Cabo, but still, you know, the FBI say they're gonna do a thorough investigation about her death. Now 2 years later. So far, nothing. We like I said on our video, we did deep dive about the evidence and everything, possible, about how our friends were shady, all that type of things. It's like, what if that was a real friends? And it's just tough to see a black woman like that, who thought that was her friends, didn't care about her, and then she got deleted and left in Cabo like that. But go ahead, Hakeem, and 2 years later. So far nothing, man. What's your take right now?
I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. I got nieces. I got sisters. I got a mom. I got aunts. I know they go out with people. And I always say that we always put our life in other people's hands. In that situation, I don't want to blame black men, those particular black men, but I blame them because they could have intervened. They could have stopped it. They could have rushed her to the hospital. They could have did, but I don't want to. He said, you're right. Race doesn't have nothing to do with it. I'm talking about the men there. I wish these people should be charged. I wish somebody would come and confess. You know what I mean? I do think that they need to do a little bit better. I wish that they get bankrupt. I hope they become homeless. I pray that no job hires them. I pray that they go to Skid Row. I don't want no harm done to them because a crime for a crime does not work. But I want you to be eating out the garbage. I want worms to be in the leftover Egg McMuffin that you found in the trash because that's all you can eat. Because we're not going to see Shanquella anymore. We just got pictures of her. I didn't even want to do that show. Because, at the end of the day, it hurts to see a woman get hurt in that manner. And she doesn't even fight back. Because she wasn't a fighter. She was a lover. You know what I mean? And she was successful. She graduated college. These are the type of conversation that hurts us today. You said one of them was seriously feminine dude. He was not root of the problem. And he was arguing with her. You're right. So you're right, narrative. So it's just that's my take on it. I wish it just never happened. But I personally made seeing that, made a conscious decision that I'm going to intervene in something that it doesn't get too far. Sometimes people are scared to get unalived, but you got to do the right thing.
Now that, but shout out to the lovely Sugar Mom that's also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Supreme Goddess PhD Diva that's also on the panel. And shout out to the Beauty Billionaire that's watching us right now on Instagram.
Shout out to
and who else is in the building? Yeah, and now that shout out to the lovely Maya Reeves is also in the building as well. Elijah, Hakeem, he put the link.
I put the link
in the Facebook. It's there.
It's
there. Just click on it.
He said it's Zoom. It ain't no Zoom link.
It ain't on. Just click on the link. The link is there.
Yeah.
Well, you put the link on my side. No, he's on your side.
He's on my side.
Yeah, I'm saying the link is there.
It's Zoom. It is not Zoom. You
just click on the link.
Is he using his phone?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If he is, I just send it to his phone. I'll send it to his phone shortly. I'll do my commentary. Okay. No, I think. Oh no, we're talking about the people on Facebook. They asking for the link. The link is there. But anyhow, I just send it to his phone. But shout out to Victor as well. That's also in the building. King Rooster is here.
The Rooster.
King Rooster is.
Hey.
The Rooster. I like that name, King Rooster. Even like Crocodile. I mean, be having me dying. Nobody say. Go ahead.
Yeah, PhD. When he said, "Is that the offspring of SBG?" Hey,
Dialogue said that. Dialogue said that.
Whenever you come around, you always put a smile on my face.
Oh my God,
Prince Hakeem.
You always put a smile. Listen. I'm working hard to get 7 figures, baby. You know what I mean? I'm trying to pay bills. I'm knocking bricks down. I'm robbing drug dealers. Like I'm doing everything I can.
No, but Shaquilla Robinson, man, that was a very, very sad story. I remember when we did, because Jordan, when you dropped the link, I just remember when we did do that commentary. It was very sad, it was very heartfelt, because remember, it was like a group of people coming together and supposed to have a good time over there. What I think it was like Cancun, if I can remember.
Yeah, it was
Cancun.
Cabo.
They was over there in Cabo having a good time, and they get into an argument, and then someone ended up being deleted. And at the same time, someone ended up being deleted. They go back home. Then use her credit card.
Yep.
Then later on, they find out, oh, she's missing. Oh, this is what happened. And then the authorities told her, oh, no, your daughter was deceased. That's a very, very sad situation. And to me, the parents got to be very, very strong with the FBI. Because one thing about the FBI, the bureau of the FBI, even though they say it's big, it's very small. They only focus on the real big things. They don't really worry about too much of the little things. So they kind of sweep underneath the rug. But to me, they need to go and interrogate the friends. They know exactly what happened. They know who did it and who did what. That way, you gotta be careful who you have around as friends, because they'll be the same one that end up backstabbing you in the back or end up deleting you. Be careful who you have as friends. Vet your friend. They always say vet women. No, vet your friends first. See who really truly belong in your circle. Go right ahead. Hakeem, what you was gonna say?
She said, y'all always cherry pick stories about black women. No, we cover everything.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I be cherry picking because I want to talk about something that's gonna get Sugar Bum upset.
No.
Supreme Goddess, your commentary.
Well, so first of all, someone raised the issue of whether or not the FBI has jurisdiction. And so by virtue of them being out of the country, but they're American citizens, yes, they do, right? And so you are still subject to U.S. laws, even when you outside the country. So yeah, they could prosecute them. But I think one of the important things to know, especially given the previous story you all did on Metro Boomin, is how difficult it is and how much evidence you have to have in order to mount or lodge a criminal case, right? And so the FBI is saying it's not enough evidence for us to pursue criminal charges, but they can pursue them civilly in civil court. They can pursue them that way. And so a lot of times that's why victims of SA choose to go the civil route as well. Also, I do think Ronnie raises a good point about vetting your friends and knowing who's your friend. I think people have to have some skin in the game too, because my understanding is, you know, she was the one that paid for a lot of the trip.
Yep.
She was in a different financial situation than the other people she was with. And a lot of times that can breed like jealousy. People will certainly use you, but that doesn't mean they like you, right? And it can breed contempt and jealousy. And so it's important to be around people who are similarly situated, or to at least be able to determine whether or not people genuinely are interested in you or just what you can do for them. So I know I traveled with a friend of mine, and I've actually known her since high school. But we weren't real close in high school. We had mutual friends. Anyway, we went out to dinner. I wanted something in particular, but she wanted something else and probably couldn't afford it on her own. So I was like, okay, we can get it because it included what I wanted, and then we can just split it, whatever. But then the next day we go to like a Walgreens, and I was on the phone, so she was getting us some waters, and she got herself and a Fiji water and got me the Walgreens brand, right? So right from there, I could tell, okay, like to me, that was enough for me to say, let me distance myself from this person.
Yeah.
A, they're not similarly situated to me, but B, they don't even believe in reciprocation, right?
Wow.
So if I can spend over $100 for you to get a steak that I'm not gonna eat, and you can't spend $4, $5 on the water, right? And so you have to look at things like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly evaluating, the people I'm around to determine whether or not they're worth being around. So I think it's important for all of us to do that.
Yeah, I agree to that. And then usually, hey, Hakeem, Ronnie, we all going on vacation. Who y'all usually travel with?
Family, like family and real close friends.
There you go. That's the answer right there.
Same here. Same here. Family and real close friends. Same here. I just don't travel with anybody.
No.
There you go, right there. That's what I do. I usually travel with family most of the time, and close friends I've been knowing for 15, 20. Most of my close friends are for 20 plus years and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that just tells you about this Shaquetta Robinson situation. How, the situation she was in, how she paid for everything, and she wanted to set up the trip too. But when she was on the trip, things didn't go well. Nobody didn't like her. You can see, you saw videos, back then about there was a little bit of arguments were going on to the bedroom, all that type of things. And unfortunately, it took her life and everything. If I was the mother, if I wanted to deep dive this a little bit, if all the evidence you can get that kind of is still out, that's still on video, which you can get. I don't know if you can maybe get a private investigator, which I know they could be expensive, but if she does have the money, maybe get a private investigator and do a proper investigation and go to Cabo and get a really good details on private investigators. She just got to find the right one and everything. And maybe she gets some type of answers he needs of what really happened and everything. But, other than that, when it comes with the FBI, I agree with you, Hakeem, with the small stuff, which is a small stuff like this. This is not Diddy. This is not, the mayor of New York like that. We know, which, FBI, they try to, when they try to take big people down, so they look really, really good on that resume. When it comes to small stuff like this, they're not really gonna pass on like that. They want the big people, the FBI, and that's what they really want. But yeah, man, this is sad to see, 2 years later that, we haven't got no answers. And her mother is still fighting to see what, really happening and everything. And it just shows to you, how they treat, Black women, when it comes to a situation like this. And like I said, this is not the first story we covered. There's other stories covered about, Black women, getting deleted that we covered, that we did like 2-3 years ago. We do have videos that we talked about how, when Black women get deleted, they don't really, do their due diligence, not just for the government, but if you look at, state or local, they're not really doing their job. Or see when a Black woman gets deleted, they're not really, doing the due diligence of, really solving the case and everything. So it's like I said this, back on the video 2 years ago. It is important for us, as Chaos Sports Radio, as also as Black men, to really, protect our women when it comes to a situation like this, and keep us having this conversation, like about, what happened to Shaquetta Robinson can happen to your sister, your wife, your daughter, or anything like that. So it's very important, to keep our Black women safe, because we don't want to see a situation where Shanquella Robinson happened to her in Cabo San Lucas.
Oh, can I say something also?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say anything you want, baby.
Go ahead, P. Zipper. Go ahead, P. Zipper.
Punks, you gotta watch punks, because they will kiki with you, and they will still have contempt for you, ladies. You got to watch these punks, so be vigilant.
You're telling the truth. You're telling
He's
the
right.
truth. They could snap on you quick. Into for layman's term, she's talking about the people that are on the other side of that on.
That's what we call them back home.
But yeah, we from Dade, so that's
we from Dade.
You know what I mean?
No, but she's trying to keep it politically correct. That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. Even them, a lot of y'all like to befriend them. They could switch up on you at any given moment.
Remember, they keep forgetting. Remember, they have strength. They are men at the end of the day. They can knock you out. They not, they don't have soft. They don't have. Well, some do have soft features, but still, they still got that strength of a man.
You know what'll be a good topic to cover, and I think this is what she referenced with Saucy Santana and him and his whole evolution on this thing, and why you have to talk about it, because he made a reference the other day where he said that he doesn't want his son to grow up like this.
Really?
Yes. It was a conversation. It was a conversation amongst Black men, heterosexuals. I was watching it, and I was saying I wanted to present that to y'all, because we need to talk about this. It's like a taboo conversation, because a lot of us might feel like, hey, there's not nothing we could talk about, but it's something that we have to dive in as men, and how we view them in our community, and what the things that they do and stuff, and how we reflect on them.
No, you can always dive in. Those type of topics I like to have, have those deep conversations. Those are really, really deep conversations.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we at the 1 hour mark, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss when we actually go live. Shout out to those watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, guys. Make sure you follow. Rumble, same thing. Make sure you follow, and also X. Make sure you guys following. Shout out to the mother, Natasha Vincent, who's also in the building as well. We at the 1 hour mark, so that means, Jordan, the main topic. Go right ahead, big dog.
All right, let's get into it. So, a woman went viral. I'll talk about, how women should cheat back in relationship, and what she means by, if a man cheats on you, you shouldn't leave him, but you should cheat back and stay with a relationship. And she got this idea with the situation with Offset and Cardi B, how most of the time in the marriage, Offset has been cheating on Cardi B, and now they're going through the divorce, and they said allegedly that Cardi B has allegedly been cheating on Offset. While she was, I think, 7 or 8 months pregnant with a football player for the Houston Texans, allegedly. And and this woman came out of the idea. It's like, what? All women should, when it comes to relationship, if your man cheats on you, you should cheat back and continue to stay with the relationship. And that's what she said. But other than that, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up. Sugar Bone.
Sugar Bone say cheat back. Cheat back. Okay.
And let what's going on with Miss Cardi and Offset be a lesson to each and every one of you ladies. When that nigga cheat on you, I don't want to see a nary damn one of y'all crying, snotty nose, sliding down the wall, throwing up. Don't call your therapist. Actually hang up on the bitch. Close the journal and cheat back on that nigga today. Cheat back. I am not a cheater, but I am a cheat backer. I am very pro getting that lick back, because it doesn't make sense to me that your partner gets to cheat and have fun at your expense, but you have to be the bigger person. No, ma'am. If you want to defy my trust and give me a lot of emotional things to work on, we are going to work on the emotions together. Ain't no one-sided around here, bitch, okay? Cheat on that man today, and as a matter of fact, cheat with his barber, okay? As you were. And let what's going on with Miss.
So yeah, she's telling all women, you don't have to leave. I mean, if you leave your man, that's fine. But if you want to get your lip back, go ahead and get your lip back. Go ahead and get your lip back.
Realistic Vibe is also in the building.
Shout out to Red Lipstick.
She looks amazing. Realistic Vibe lost so much weight. Amazing. Supreme God, if you see Realistic Vibe now, she lost so much weight.
I'm not sure who that is.
She's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
She's from New Orleans.
Congrats, sis.
Yeah. Black women, I'll tell people, black women is God. You understand? I'm with them boys, but go ahead, George.
Hey, you're gonna have narrative and dialogues go on.
Let them go hard today, but I ain't gonna lie. When a black woman look fabulous, you got to give her props. She look fabulous. Go ahead, George. Finish your commentary. My bad.
So she says, so the women feel like, when it comes to, relationship, the man, cheats on you, you should definitely get that lip back. And if you get that lip back, it's even and continue with the relationship. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
Marie said this in the chat, and she said, "Is sex the only form of cheating?" No, there's also emotionally cheating. To me, I think that's the biggest one. Is emotionally cheating. Women just don't go around sleeping with anybody. Don't get me wrong. There is a small percentage of women do, but to me, I think women cheat mostly on their emotion. If they cheat with you with their emotion, you're done. The relationship is done. So, and I think it's hard for her to actually go back to that man that she once had connection with because that emotion is gone. So I think that's the most powerful, to me, sentiment of it all. So that's why I think when it comes to women, I think women can't cheat like men can. Man, we can cheat. It don't mean anything. Sometimes men don't even show emotion. We just want to get our thing off, and that'll be it. But for a woman, I think it's hard for them. Like, look at Cardi B, because the woman used Cardi B as an example. Cardi B, you see, even she said, if I was cheating, it'd be hard for her to do. I could be like everybody else. I could be like you, Offset. I go around and get any man I want, this and that. Nah, Cardi B in love with Offset. I told people I think she's gonna go back to him again because that's who she emotionally connect herself with. That's what I'm saying. That emotion is a very strong key component to a woman. Is that emotion. So. And there's a rumor that she was with Stephon Diggs, but we don't know how true that is because he never confirmed and she never confirmed it either. But go ahead, PhD, because you are a woman, so I really want to know your commentary on that, on cheating.
I think what she said was interesting. She said, why should they get to go out and have fun and whatever, and you have to be the bigger person, but you don't have to be the bigger person, right? So the proposition that she's making is that you got to stay there, right? And so you don't have to stay there. And the fact that Black women don't even have the self-esteem to leave a dysfunctional relationship or a relationship where they're being disrespected and or lied to, I really have a hard time believing that they would have the self-esteem to get their lick back in a responsible way, right? So they're not going to ask these men to, hey, let's go get tested and make sure you ain't got shit before they're doing this, right? They're not going to take the time to choose somebody who they know, ain't crazy, although you can never know that, right? And so to me, I just think it causes more problems than it solves. I think like withdrawing your presence from a person is like the best way to hurt them.
Shout out to EJ Elijah, that's also in the building, first time coming on the panel. We really do greatly appreciate you, my brother. So I don't know, we don't want to save him for last.
No, let him go.
Go ahead, Elijah. Unmute yourself and you can go right ahead. Your commentary. The mute button is on. I was gonna say it's on the left. It's on the left side at the bottom. Cause I don't know if he's on his phone.
No, I'm on my laptop. But I'm looking
go ahead.
I'm looking at these comments.
Don't look at the comments. Don't.
No.
That's rule of thumb.
Like wow.
Don't go look at the comment. One rule of thumb I'm gonna tell you guys. When you come on the panel, Don't look at the comments because the
Don't worry
comments gonna throw you way off. You gonna have Sugar Bun gonna throw you off. So don't let us take care of Sugar Mom. You just focus on your commentary. Go right ahead.
And it wasn't from Sugar Mom.
Go right ahead, EJ. Your commentary. What's your thoughts on that? About the women cheat. So women cheat on their spouses. If she found out he cheating.
First, it starts from the mind. What you think is literally what shall come to pass. And what a lot of people fail to realize is that if you're trying to get a ring on it, you got to first check yourself. And once you check yourself, then the process of getting to that standard of a ring will come in due time. It's the fact of we men, most of us men know what we want and know what we're looking for in a woman. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So are we speaking about whether or not women should cheat back when they find their man's cheating? Because I don't know how getting a ring came into the conversation. Because the lady was talking about cheating back. Women should cheat back when the man cheats.
Okay, let me say it like this. All right, since we're gonna go there. Okay, I know I'm not gonna get biblical or spiritual on this aspect on this. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 here. But really, I know y'all women tend to look for revenge when y'all men tend to come out of line and do what they do. But understand, y'all women have a part to doing that. So
careful now. PAZ will bite. Just careful.
Hey, bite all you want. Don't bite back.
Okay. Well, no, let
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
So, I'm listening.
She listening. Go ahead, Elijah. Continue.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Normally, when us men have a disagreement, we tend to be quiet. We got some men that's vocal. We got some that's quiet. But y'all women are very vocal. And knowing that y'all women are very vocal, understand it has to go as both parties must be listening to each other. That's where you start at. If both parties are not listening to each other, you're not going to go nowhere. You're just going to basically be miserable and honestly look at the first door out. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Okay, but so do you agree that women should cheat back? Or if not, then what do you think women should do when they catch their man cheating?
Leave the relationship.
No, that's not the first answer, Ron. I'm going to be honest. That's not the first answer. That is not the first answer.
So what's the first answer?
The first answer is getting counseling.
No. Leave the relationship. Right. Because women tend to
no. Understand
because
something.
women tend to hold things. When a man cheats, women don't take that lightly. It's hard for them to let that. It's hard for them to let that go.
Okay, but understand something. You leave that relationship, go to another relationship. It's basically a repeatable ordeal of when you leave one, you haven't closed that door completely. Because when you go to the next person, you do the same thing. Come on. When the cycle going to be cut? So literally, if you actually value your relationship, getting counseling is where it first starts at.
I think when a woman cheat, the value the value is gone.
Not really,
I think when I experienced a woman cheating on me, that's why I say when I had my experience when a woman cheated on me and I stayed in a relationship, my mind kept playing back. I don't know how Kim and Jordan can relate, but my mind kept playing back of her cheating and somebody knocking her boots off. So
Oh,
the
like
same thing.
remember what's that movie, The Best Man, where when he was
Yeah,
at the
I'm saying, it's a funny scene. It's a funny scene, but it's the truth.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
true.
just your mind keep reminiscing of her getting her knocks off, especially when she show you the image of the dude. Your mind just play back over and over and over, and it implies friction within the relationship. Huh?
Look what happened at the end of the movie. They were still together. That's why they came out with
I think
part two.
But I think that was a bad idea for them to stay together because remember on the other part they were still having marital problems.
Yeah.
Because of the aspect he still haven't let go of the fact that she cheated on him. But go ahead, I keep your commentary.
Listen,
I mean he cheated on her. Sorry.
Jordan wanted to say something. Jordan wanted to say something.
Go ahead, Jordan.
No, Ronnie speak my part because he remember after the second movie, it kind of lasted, was it 12, 13 years later? And him and Harper wasn't talking like that until
correct.
They got into to the he invited them to the Christmas because what's her name? She had cancer, so she wanted to get everybody together. But what's his name? George Chestnut's character, once he saw Harper, he was still holding to that grudge. He thought he was a sneaky, little da. Until his wife came to her and said, "Hey, I choose them. I was the one who did that. It wasn't him. I did that." And then once he found, and then once his wife told him that, that's why he's like, she's sick, and that's why he kind of threw it away and everything. So, for Ronnie's point, it is true because if you, like I said, if your girl cheats on you and everything, it's like that memory sticks on you. It sticks.
Okay, let's run this.
Hold on, Elijah. Before you go, shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace. That's also in the building. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to She Rising Soul. Don't forget. And also narrator, and also dialogue channel as well, Chicago Gorilla. All those that have platforms, make sure you guys go ahead and support and subscribe. Let's build a platform.
Hey,
go right ahead, EJ.
Let's not forget the Wildest Wake Up Show featuring Supreme Goddess Diva.
Hey. And also subscribe to the Shiesty Avenger, Ashton Williams. Go ahead and subscribe.
I gotta suck up. I'm brown nosing now.
I like it.
But go ahead.
Now, let's say if the shoe was on the other foot, and us men were the ones that actually was faithful, and y'all women went out there and did what y'all do. How do you think we would feel?
But that's the thing. The story, the clip is not about a man being faithful and a woman going and cheating. We talking about a woman catching her man cheating, and how did she respond to that? Mr. EJ, it seemed like you need redirection quite a bit, sir.
I told you, EJ. I told you she bites. I told you she bites. I kept saying she bites. She bites. So she bites.
EJ, you don't want none of that. I'm trying to tell
you. Just avoid that. Go. Exit stage left.
Let me say this. Stage right. Let me say this. My wife. She is what you call a cheater. But I still put a ring on it.
Oh my God!
I get what?
Well, come on, EJ, man.
EJ, he's trolling. I know he's trolling. He's trolling,
man.
I know he's trolling. It out there. I'm keeping it.
He's trolling. Look, Jordan's smiling.
Oh
EJ trolling. We know him on a personal level. He's trolling.
But I'm gonna be real. I had to seriously ask myself this one question. What was I doing that wasn't pleasing to her?
You're a good man
to want to cheat.
You're a good man, cause me, I'm gonna spit on her face.
Hey,
EJ,
you gotta hit the corner. That's what you wasn't doing. You got to hit the corner.
You can hit the corner all day long, but realize something. That ain't gonna put a ring on it.
Okay, but here's the secret I learned from my OG. I don't know how true it is, but you could probably answer this question. They say for a woman to stop a woman from cheating, a man gotta knock her back out. Is that true? Is that the true statement?
No, not necessarily. So here's the thing. It's the same thing men do. Sometimes we get in relationship due to convenience. She probably already was in here, did not think much of you, but they say, hey, I'm just going to do it. We do this with women at times. And when she's going to exercise her option, it does bite a little. And the thing about that is there's nothing you can ever do. If she has her mind on somebody else, I've been through this situation, and I got to realize that's why it's always good to find somebody who mess with you the way you mess with them. You know what I mean? And stop trying to force yourself on people knowing that you don't meet their income level, you don't meet their physical level, you don't meet their personality, and you know what I mean? And you don't meet them emotional and spiritual. We think we can make people love us, and then we get bite in the butt when they go off and do other things.
But this is my thing, Hakeem. But it seems like girls get more. It seems like girls respect like more toxic guys than actually guys that really have like a head on his shoulder. For me, that's why I noticed that. I noticed that a lot.
I noticed that too, but there might be some key things that she likes about these guys. We can't get mad about it. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Look, prime example. Look, prime example. Look at Offset. Look, prime example. Look at Offset. Right? Offset cheated on Cardi B numerous of times.
He's been doing that before he got with her.
Well, prior when he got her, the reason why she attracted to that type of guy, number one, he's toxic.
No.
Number two, he set her straight, and number three, he stimulates her.
No, hold on 1 minute. Let's go back to what PH Diva said. People are annoying this. She must have insecurities and self-confidence issues. For you,
I don't think so. I think she's just attracted to those type of men. I don't think so.
She does have self-esteem issues.
Yes, she does. That's why she got BBLs. But go ahead.
Yeah. If you date a man knowing that he doesn't and accept him back, now you can't say, hey, you did me dirty. You already knew what this situation is. I'm saying this. You should never forgive a cheater.
No, but some people say she have self-esteem issue, but there's some women that have self-esteem, like their self-esteem is high, and they still end up with a toxic man. I see that a lot.
Give me an example. Ooh.
Yeah.
PhD, but you won.
Whoa. And you ain't seen me end up with that. Cut it out.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But on a serious note, CJ, give you one. Prime example. What's her name? That singer, Jennifer Hudson, I think. She ended up with a prisoner, the person that came from prison. And she's that was her sister.
That was her sister.
That was her sister. That unalived the whole family.
But I'm saying, but her sister was very intelligent woman, very hot, and she still ended up with a toxic. You say no?
No, she was a ghetto girl from Chicago, and she was overweight, and most of the time.
Why you got to use overweight, Hakeem? Come on, why you got to use?
I'm being real. I followed the story.
He could have said obese.
Exactly, but you said overweight. God, no.
But listen here. She didn't have confidence in herself to feel like she could go get a man of substance. She went and got her a hood booger. And the
only reason why I mentioned Cardi B is because the lady was talking about Cardi B. But go ahead, Hakeem. Sorry.
Yeah. The only reason, but here's the thing. I want to reemphasize what Supreme Goddess Diva said in the beginning, because there's things that we see this on a widescreen. We don't talk about the negative things that happen, and that these are the secrets that family don't like to talk. The STDs that get transmitted, the outside babies that do not get accepted on both ends, the breaking of the house, the financial strain that happens to the family. So this is why when this happens in infidelity, it plays a part. It turns up everything side down. So this is why knowing the person when you talk to them in the beginning is very important. But let's be honest about it. A lot of us are vain, materialistic, and we don't vet or use discernment when we let our wants and our needs take over.
Shout out to Truth. Never Favor is also in the building. Truth, your commentary. Should women be allowed to cheat on their spouses for payback?
As always, Lord Bro, first for the formalities is how you doing? Ron Dog.
Doing well.
Hey.
Doing well.
Came the Prince.
What's good, family?
Prince of Florida, shorty. My dog. Diva.
Hey, True.
Supreme Goddess Diva. Oh yeah, and true. I would like to introduce you to EJ Elijah. He's a good friend of ours, family.
Yeah.
Really like family, like family.
Oh, yeah,
so, but go ahead.
Is he still there?
That's Reverend Elijah.
Reverend
Elijah? Okay.
Reverend.
Definitely.
And we
I'm
know,
good.
and we
I'm
know
just
him.
with my daughter right here.
Yeah,
Listen,
we know
you
him 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Oh, really?
20
Yeah,
years. Yeah,
for real.
he from the block.
Childhood, he from the block.
He from the
He
block.
from the block. He from the block. Yeah.
That is dope. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Hakeem and Diva. I mean, at the end of the day, cheaters cheat. And we're not supposed to accept someone back once they do that. Something is either wrong with them or you aren't what they want. It's usually those two things. And either one of those things, the relationship usually rarely recovers. We're talking about rarely. It's not that it can't. We're talking about rarely because that person has now broken something that's, sacred. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all have chosen to come together and give each other, I guess you would say, monogamy, and not only monogamy, but your actual word to say, hey, I'm just with you. Now, that's why I don't suggest to be, doing that before getting married, because you can't really say, hey, don't do something when they actually really don't belong to you. You see what I'm saying? You can't really kind of mandate and dictate that. Because they really don't belong to you. You don't belong to them. They really don't belong to you. So you can't say, oh, I don't want you messing with somebody and you really don't belong to each other. But some people try to do the thing where I give you my word. If I give you my word, then I expect you to abide by it. We already know a lot of people are dishonest, not capable of keeping their word. I'm going to find loopholes around it to make the excuse for doing it. So it should be unacceptable at all costs. Once you cheat, that lets me know that you also are a deceptive person. And I already don't trust people at all, but now I can't even believe in who you are now, who you say you are. So,
No, you make a good point. Go ahead.
True. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, as you said, you have some trust issues. I feel that. I hear that. Now, for a woman,
didn't say that.
Huh?
Didn't say that.
For a woman to feel that, for her to cheat on you, and then you take her back, answer, I really want to know. Now, what is it that you didn't bring to the table for her to feel the way she feels? And I don't mean physically. I don't mean spiritually. I mean mentally.
Good question.
So, like I stated, it's nothing that if I'm going to cheat, I'm going to cheat. I cheat because I am a liar. I'm a deceiver. I'm a manipulator. That's why I cheat. That's why anyone cheats. We cheat because we're born in sin and shaped in iniquity first and foremost. We do deceptive things, not because of anyone else. We do that because our flesh. And most importantly, most of us are dishonest because we do not have God in us. We do not have the love of Christ. That's why we do the things to each other. If you understand the 10 Commandments, the first, I think it's the first 4, if I'm not mistaken. The first 4 explains, pretty much how you sin against God. And I think it's the next 6 shows you how you sin against each other. Those type of things is inwardly, not because externally of someone else. A woman can never make me cheat on her. It's nothing she can do. I've been in a situation where I have been cheated on, and I still haven't. Why? I am not a cheater.
But do you end the relationship, or how long do you stay in the relationship?
Oh, I got up out of there.
No, that was saying you got up and out. That was a smart decision. Now, for women that do go back and cheat back, to me, she kind of do that to make herself feel good about the situation, but it didn't make her feel good because he ended up going back. So that's my only thing. That I say women is, to me, I think it's very hard for women to cheat. I'm just being, even though they do it, but I think I say it's very hard because they got to get emotionally involved with you to do that than a man.
That's not true, but okay.
You said that's not true, but explain.
I agree with Supreme on that one.
No, but go ahead. No, Supreme, explain.
I agree with Supreme on that one.
I would love for her to explain. Go ahead.
I don't think that most women view sex in this day and age as some deep emotional expression of love or some shit like that, right? So there are a lot of different reasons why a woman might have sex with a man. And so for any number of those reasons, she would also cheat on a man, right? So a woman might say, hey, I need some money. If a man offering her a certain amount of money, she'll cheat on her man, husband, whatever, for that money. Right? She might just find the man super attractive. You know, the opportunity might just present itself and she that type of chick. And so I don't think some deep emotional bond is required for a woman to cheat with another man.
Jordan, what's your take on it, on everything? Because I know you were listening to what everybody was saying.
Huh?
No, I was asking Jordan, what's his take on it?
Yeah.
Because I know he was listening to what everybody else was saying.
I think for me, this is all about the respect value. You know, going by what that woman says, like if the man cheats on you, so you cheat back. You know, to me, it's a respect thing. You know, I don't if you're a girlfriend, boyfriend, if you're married, husband and wife, and everything. It just, to me, if you got respect for that person, if you don't have respect for that person, you know, it's likely that you're gonna cheat on that person. And if that man sees that, if a woman sees that, if that woman sees that a man is gonna cheat on somebody or he has cheated and everything, I believe the woman should feel like, you know, okay, you don't have respect for me, so you know what? I think most of these women are right now. You say, you know what? I'm gonna cheat back, you know, and see how he feels about it and everything. And you see these, I think you see these a lot in some of these like entertainment relationships, especially like in the rap and like in rap and hip hop and all that, which we see with the Cardi B and the Offset, that they just be cheating here and there, all that type of things. And and sometimes when women listen to women like a Cardi B or somebody like that, they'll take that advice and they'll do the same thing. They'll say, you know what? If Cardi gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And especially with the powerful how social media is, especially with Instagram, and how a lot of these women follow these artists and everything. If the artists say do one thing, most likely they gonna do it. So once as you can see with Cardi B, when stuff don't go right with Offset, she always be ranting about this dude ain't this, this dude ain't that, and da 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 da. And remember, this is the second time that Cardi B filed for divorce against Offset. And I remember she filed one time. The first time she filed, I think it was like 3 years ago. And I guess they worked it out, and now they're together again. And I'm with you, Ronnie. I feel like Offset, he's used to this roller coaster and everything. And this time, when she filed a divorce, he's not budging, because last time she filed a divorce, he didn't want to budge and say, hey, I love you, this, this and that, I want to be together. This time he's not budging. And that's I think that's what Cardi B, it really pissed her off more, that he's not really fighting for it and everything. And that's why she's going a little bit more ballistic against Offset, because now she was wishing hate on the man, even though he just had a kid with Offset and everything. But yeah, to me, it just comes to respect value. If the woman sees that that you're cheating on somebody, that just sees, okay, you're not respecting me. So most likely, what the woman is saying, that since you don't respect me, I don't respect you either, and I'm going to cheat back with you. And now we on a level playing field and everything. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do after. Are they gonna break up? Are they gonna talk about it? Are they gonna talk about getting respect back? Which I don't see that happening. And I just don't know what once that woman cheats back, how do you go keep that relationship? Because you're both cheated. So why would you say each other? You both don't have respect for each other.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, True.
What is cheating to y'all?
Before you answer that, but let me. That's a good question. Before you guys answer that, shout out to the lovely Sophia Grace for gifting people in the chat. We love the gifting, guys. Don't be afraid to give the people in the chat. Christopher J got gifted. Sashi Bun got gifted. The lovely Mimi got gifted. Chicago Rilla got gifted, and also Sugar Bum got gifted. Thank you so much, the lovely Sophia Grace, for gifting the people the Chaos Culture Radio. We really do greatly appreciate it. But go ahead, guys. I can answer two questions.
Yeah,
she is. I love her so much.
Yeah, she did. Supreme, go ahead. Answer first with that. Ladies first.
What is cheating to you?
What is cheating?
To you.
Any type of betrayal or anything that could undermine your relationship. Anything you got to lie about is cheating.
Okay, what about you, Hakeem?
Ooh, man. For me, it's like oh man, I'm about to put my business out there. It's for me, it's the emotional, the physical.
I'm with you on that.
More or less in the mental. The mental is the worst one. The mental starts off with just a conversation, and it turns into the emotion, and it turns into the physical. And I blame myself because I was in a situation where I seen it going on, but me being macho, I ignored the signs. You feel me? Lots of times we think that, oh, she ain't gonna go nowhere. I got her. You know what I'm trying to say? And as a man, I can admit that if a woman is crying out and she said, hey, you're not doing this and that, and then you start to notice she's on the phone late night, she's not picking up her phone. She said, let me call you back when she usually don't. And then, you know what I mean, she doesn't want to come home right after work. You already know something's going on. So it's the mental, emotional, and the physical cheating. Really, physical is not. I'm about to say something that might shock a lot of people.
Not me. Go ahead.
If my girl had, I'm so to the point where if my girl had cheated on me, and depending on how long we was together, and no baby had came involved, let's say if it was like early on, I probably would still work it out.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's physical?
Yeah. Because I gotta reevaluate myself at the same time. So that's why I say when Elijah mentioned that, I kind of agree. I had to agree with him. Because there's times we don't put our thinking cap on and say, hey, what did I do in this situation? Because, you know, this is a grown man speaking, not somebody 22. At 22, 23, I could have said, oh, that pussy, she the one.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But at 43, I'm saying, like, damn, bro, what did you do? You know what I mean? And what if this just may be a one-off? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not supposed to forgive her. You know what I'm saying? But then I also think, too, and maybe Supreme Goddess might know about this. If you with a person for so long, y'all got houses, cars, life insurance tied up, that's a different conversation.
But the only issue where I have with the physical, I'm same thing. I'm where I came when it comes to the mental. Men is all mental. I focus so much on the mental than anything. I don't really focus on the physical because to me the mental is gonna control the physical. That's why I told everybody. Because the mental, remember, is mind, body, and spirit. So those three components, that's it for me. What made me stay in a relationship, I'm not gonna lie, Hakeem, when the girl cheated on me, is because he said, oh, she kept using the emotional, you get what I'm saying, the emotional part, like, hey, I love you, Ron. Look, this is the stuff I did for you. You know, I only cheated because the simple fact was, they said you worked it too much or you wasn't there for me when I need you to be there. So I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense.
Jordan had to scratch his head for that one. Go ahead.
No, but I know Jordan scratched his head, but I think a lot of guys can relate to that.
Yeah,
Women will
yeah.
come back and use that trip, like, hey, you was there for me, you wasn't there for me. So I went to my guy friend, he was there for me, and then I ended up sleeping with. That's what I keep telling you. Women just don't sleep with anybody because they see like, see that I ended up sleeping with him because he was there for me, which was emotional connection, emotional situation that occurred. That will open up those legs. That's what I was telling PhD, but I get what y'all saying. They say women do it for money. Women do it for money, but that stimulation part comes from the emotion.
Yeah.
Right.
Not every woman gets stimulated doing sex, and that's a fact.
And that's the great. And I'm glad that all you guys had.
Oh no, I don't think anybody went. I don't think EJ went. I don't think Jordan went too.
Jordan, yeah, Jordan, EJ, go ahead. My fault. Excuse me.
For me, it's really a mental thing, and it starts off with communication. If I feel like the communication is off, if I feel like you lied to me, and to my wife, she don't know how to lie. So if she lied to me, I know something's up.
Already.
Well, he been with her for 12 years, so he knows. He knows his wife.
So
he knows his wife.
If you say something, do something, and like I say, your body, like I can read her body language too. So
that means she fart wrong, Jordan. You know something's wrong.
Already, Jordan.
Yeah. I know how she moves.
Hey, Jordan.
If you move wrong, I don't got. Like I said, I don't got to look at your phone. I know you moving funny.
You take an extra breath, I know something ain't right.
And eventually, like I said, I called a line one time, and I pressed her, and then she broke. She can break easily. So it's for me, it's really the mental. It's communication. Like if you move differently, that I don't see you moving like that. I'm gonna ask you questions, and I'm gonna keep asking until I break through. And usually, I'm gonna break through, and you're gonna confess.
Okay, Mr. Elijah.
You said ask questions until she breaks. Wow.
Damn, Jordan. Jordan don't play. He's an interrogator. But go ahead, EJ.
It's funny you say that, Jordan, because I do the total opposite. I be quiet. A woman will break quicker when you're quiet than if you ask questions. The reason I say that is because women are trying to figure out what's going on through a guy's mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And knowing that women are trying to figure us out, and we trying to so-called figure them out, but in reality, we both trying to figure out each other. But the $1 million question is this: who is going to be the first one to budge and be the bigger person?
Okay, so and everybody that answered, pretty much everybody said the same thing. Yeah, everybody said the same thing in their own way. As you guys said, I agree. It start with thought, word, and deed. Physical, spiritual manifesting physical. Everything starts inside out every time. So for me, and Supreme Goddess, as always, she articulated in an educated way, simple, straight out simplified. She said exactly any form of deception and manipulation inside of our relationship. Any form. Anytime you have lied to me, you have cheated on me. Anytime. And that's what I was speaking of. You cannot be, just like how I am hard on men, because I would tell a woman, leave that man in a minute. Leave him. Mm-hmm. The same way I would tell men, leave that woman. It's the same way. Because I don't look at no lie, small, I don't believe in white lies. Because what I've noticed, and I have fell into this thing. That's why I have so far extended myself without being able to lie, because lying, it becomes habitual. Once you tell one lie, you have to tell another one, and 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 keep that lie that you told going. And it's like you'll start noticing, like, dang, I'm lying. But I have to cover at that lie because now I'm gonna get caught for this lie and that lie and that lie and that lie. When is it going to stop? And those type of things, you don't want that weight on you that you're actually lying. And then it can become so bad that you'll lie so much to yourself, you'll believe you're telling the truth. That's when it got you. That's when you really messed up, when you think your wrongs are right. When you're lying to the person that you claim to love and you believe you're doing the right thing. You hear the men in these spaces saying that. Oh, I lied to you because I love you. What, nigga? And y'all be saying it with a straight face too. Fervently and conviction with it. I lied to my woman because I love her. I lie. If I tell you the truth, that means I don't love you. Oh shit. Yeah, we in trouble. And everybody, and majority of them, like 90% of them in the space are saying that crazy shit. It's like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? You lie to the person you love, and you're saying that you are going to lie, that they want you to lie. No woman wants you to lie to them. They actually want you to confide in them more than anything. They want to be a part of you. A woman that actually loves you. A woman that don't care about you, she don't want your little black tail. Like, go about your business. They'll tell you too. They got no problem if they really don't like you. Go about your business. They want to do something else other than be with you. Like, you will actually start to bug them, and they'll let you know you bugging me. You in my space. Like skedaddle, scram. They will tell you these type of things. And a lot of times, men don't know how to understand and look for certain cues. Like, this ain't your woman, bro. This ain't your woman, and you gotta move on. But no, it's never right to cheat, bro, and it's never okay to accept it. Once a man start accepting yourself to be cheating on, you're starting to become emasculated, bro. Your masculinity is starting to be chopped away from you, because that's not for a man to do. Our testosterone. What'd you say, King?
No, go ahead, finish. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, our testosterone, our masculinity, all that is tied into, our ego and who we are as men. We want to know that, we are the man that provides for our woman in all categories, even physically. We want to know that we that dude in that bedroom. And that's even if you are that dude, the simple fact that she stepped out, it might not even be because you're not that dude. But the simple fact that she stepped out, it's going to start making you think this crazy stuff. And once something start messing with a man's mind, it messes up his productivity. And a man ain't got time for that. We always got to be progressive. We always got to be productive. We always got to be on the go, making sure we provide for our families. We ain't got time for that, because we never know when our clock is up. We got to make sure everything is taken care of, so our wife and our babies is taken care of anytime our father calls us home, bro. So ain't nobody got time to be worried about somebody cheating on you. We got to get rid of that.
Now, there is some men that do cheat, but I think I can't. Not only that, but guys, you put a poll in the chat, so women allowed to cheat back. Right now, no, 67% say no, and 33% say maybe. So there's a poll right now. Yeah, I can't have a question. Go ahead.
I do have a question. I want to ask you first, and I want everybody to answer it. So, do you think that in this space that we're talking about this, and let's say as we being on the outside looking in, we might know somebody who is cheating as men, and we could refer that to PhD as women. Should we hold our brothers accountable when we know the cheating has occurred? And I'm talking about at this big age that we are right now. Is it acceptable for us to hold our brothers accountable, or should we just look at it in the blind eye?
No, absolutely.
Good question.
Absolutely. Bro, I cut off my day one because that was one of the main factors. A man that I grew up with. I cut him off because of, his immaturity. I'm 40, he about to be 40. And he's still acting the same way when we was in our early 20s and our teens. You feel what I'm saying? Still treating women the same. And then the number one thing is when his time is so spread out, he's not there with his children. And he already know I don't play that. You feel what I'm saying? And I've had so many talks with him, and with me, it's only so many talks I'm going to have with you, man. You're grown. and then I just move away from that. You know, I got to go in my own direction. I'm already going in a set direction already. You know, I'm being guided by my Father to do the things that I need to accomplish here on this physical plane. So if you're not riding with me on the train that I'm going, you got to get off at the next station, and that's just what happened. So for us, we have to hold ourselves accountable first before we hold anybody else. That's why it's called self-accountability. And then, yes, importantly, if that's our partner, you got to go and get in his tail, bro. Don't be treating that woman like that, G. What is wrong with you? Like, bro, you ain't feeling like that. First and foremost, keep it up front with her. Let her know straight up. Like, yo, I ain't on that type of time. If you rocking out with me, you rocking out with me. If you want a relationship, this ain't where I'm at. And let her make a choice for herself. Don't take that choice away from her. So lying to her, once again, you coming in dishonestly already off the back with anyone. And then he's one of them cats that, it's not like he's never, loved a woman. And when they do the shit to him, guess what? That's who he on the phone with crying to. Me. Nobody hear that.
Right now we still doing the poll, guys. The poll right now says, should women be allowed to cheat? Yes, 14% say yes. No, 29% say no, and then 57% say maybe. It's a battle between no and maybe. That it's crazy how you guys think. Now that, but shout out to Dark Late Revive. I think he's having an issue right now. Shout out to you for being on the panel. We're waiting for you to come back for your commentary, and then we're about to end the show. So I do want to answer that question. I think it's not a man's place to tell a man what to do. A man should decide whatever he want to do. Dark Lady say, Governor Ron, I think my connection is bad, and I'm sorry, but thanks for allowing me to less. No, Dark, when you come on the panel, if you're on the iPhone, you gotta go on Safari. Don't go on Google Chrome. You gotta go on Safari, and then you should be able to go, and it shouldn't give you no issue because it always happens when you're on the iPhone. I don't know why, but it always happens when you're on the iPhone. You gotta click on Safari. But the next time you can come on the show anytime, or we could do a deep dive. Don't matter. Just let us know. We'll set up an interview. No matter. Shout out to Dark Late Revive. He's well known within this space. Yeah.
No, bro. Let me ask you a question. So hold on. So okay, you my man's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I count on you, don't I?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm only going by based off of your initial statement, which you gave to me. So you know me, you my man's. I count on you. And you see me cheating on a girl that you know for a fact, number one, doing this is not good for me. And then number two, me doing this to a girl that I actually really care about in my own way, when she found out, it's going to destroy me. So you mean to tell me you're not going to stop, you're going to basically be an enabler and not going to stop me from destroying myself?
No, because the problem is, every man make his own personal decision, and I know how human works. We tend to go back.
No, I was asking.
So I came to.
That's what I was asking.
No, like I said, I would tell you about it, but I know that you're gonna tend to go back. So that's why I said I'd rather you figure out for your own self doing. Okay, Hakeem told me stuff plenty of time, even in my past relationship. Hakeem like, Ronnie, she's not good for you, and I always end up going back. Even though Hakeem see me destroy myself, he said, Ronnie, you know what? You got to learn. You're going to learn from this experience, and then you're going to come back to me and say, Ronnie, I have learned. And that's how it happens.
So you said, okay, so you just trying to make sure I get this correct. So you saying that because I'm going to go back.
Yeah, I won't say anything. No, you have to learn.
And I'm not saying that she cheat. No, listen to what I'm saying. Me cheating on her. Not she cheating.
Yeah, I won't say anything. It's not my place. I won't say anything.
You still won't, even though I'm hurting that girl.
I won't say anything.
And I'm hurting myself. You're not going to say anything to me.
No, sir.
Okay.
But to me, because remember, I keep saying you're gonna tend to go back, or you're gonna continue that behavior. You have to learn from your own experience. Me telling you, you come to not mine. You come to me for advice. Like, Ronnie, hey, I think I'm doing this, and I might give you the Lincoln's pen on Chicago River, the Lincoln's pen. I might give you my own personal suggestion. But at the end of the day, you make your own decision, my brother.
No, that's my point.
True.
That's all I'm saying. Are you going to at least tell me, say, bro, that ain't right? Are you at least going to?
No, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, no. If you come to me for like, hey, bro, I'm doing this to this woman, this and that. I'm saying, hey, my suggestion to you, I think you need to be careful. However, in my mind, I know you're gonna do whatever you want to do because you're a grown man. You make your own personal decision.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, I deal with that with Hakeem, Jordan. Jordan can tell you. I used to go to Jordan when I had issue with my relationship. I used to go to Jordan. And next day, Jordan like, you went back, did you? I said, yeah. He'll tell you. EJ too. He'll tell you.
Like this, it's like you want to get the advice from your boys, right? And you take the advice, but sometimes you take the advice, right? But the thing is, it's like, okay, they give me the advice, but it's good advice, but you know what? Maybe she'll change and everything. It's like it's not like it's going out one ear, going out the other ear. It stays with you, but with your girl, you just believe that she's going to change so much. And sometimes you have to learn the hard way to realize, like, you know what? I'm being hurt too much, and I don't like this feeling no more. So I'm done with this. Even though you're getting good advice, sometimes there's some people they got to be redundant, go over again, just to really just get out of that situation. And it happens to a lot of people. But
prime example, true. Remember, you used to give a certain person within this space a certain advice, and what happened? He would tend to go back, and you'd be like, "Yo, my advice was nothing." That's why I say people gonna do whatever they want to do.
Right, but I'm gonna just say this real quick. You're absolutely right, and it does make you feel like you wasted your time. It does make you feel bad. It's like, why did I do that? Why did I waste my time? Why did I do it when I knew he or she was going to continue to do it? When I knew he or she was never going to listen to me? They always do the direct opposite of what I told them, which also was another reason why I cut off my day one. Because when I gave them advice, they would actually come to me and ask me things. And I asked them, why are you going to ask something when you know for sure, we both know, that you are going to do the very direct opposite? You're going to do what you want to do. And I'm going to say this is the reason why I will always, even though that person does that and the person in this space that has done that, I will always, warn, my brethren, because, it's a requirement by God. I'm just read this real quick. Ezekiel 3:6. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So in this passage, God is telling them, if you do not warn them, when the person come and take them away because of the fact they weren't warned, you will be held with the penalty of them actually dying. It will be as if you physically took the sword and slew them.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that was deep. Shout out to Chicago Really, that's also on the panel. Chicago, you got the final word as we get there. Right now we're on overtime as we get ready to wind down. Go ahead, Chicago. You got the final word, big dog.
Man, I've been listening in and out. Y'all been talking about a couple of different things, but just along the lines of the last discussion, I guess y'all talking about like whether brothers, like if your man's is cheating on his girl, should you? Okay, so I think, and this is my experience, right? So I got a homeboy. He a known playboy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, y'all talked earlier in that Shanquella situation, y'all talked about vetting your friends first, right? So I have a basic premise for who I associate with and where I associate with these individuals, which is why you may know somebody from the mud, but you guys grow up, you learn new things, you maneuver differently, right? So my guy, he's married now, but I would say when we were younger, fam was out there, you know what I'm saying? And, you might say like, come on, dog, that's a good girl, but you ain't holding his feet to the fire like that. Now, even though he's married, I think most of us would sooner distance ourselves from a situation than try and, hold that person's feet to the fire, right? Because the older you get, you got your own stuff going on, right? And I don't have time to sit up there and be holding, grown folks' hand and walking them through their situation. You know who you have, you know what you committed to. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to honor your covenant, I'd sooner remove myself from that situation than to call myself trying to hold him accountable for what he's doing. But that's, I know y'all finna wrap up. That's just my preliminary thoughts on it.
No, go ahead, Chicago. You got the platform. We're holding you back. We did a lot of talking, so go right ahead. You going in? You in your bag? Go in your bag.
No, I don't. I don't think honestly, I don't. That's again for me. We gotta. I know everybody when we come online, we all got A's on our report cards. You know what I'm saying? We all earning 6 figures. All our women, wives, the tens, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never hit no foes, no threes, you understand what I'm saying? We ain't never been broke. We don't know what syrup sandwiches taste like. We don't know what mayonnaise sandwich, ketchup sandwich. We don't know none of that stuff, right? Because we've been privileged for a long time. And so I just prefer to speak from a perspective of real life, right? Your homeboy running old girl on the ground. I mean, again, when you're younger, man, I don't, in my younger days when my guy was doing that type of stuff, man, you might, again, you call him out like, fam, come on, dog. Like, that's a good girl. Why you doing her like that?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, y'all yuck and chucking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be telling you some of the rundown he doing on her. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
You can try it.
Huh?
So you can try it.
Oh yeah. Oh, so hey, look. This is what I got up out of, or this how I did. But at the end of the day, again, that's as a young man. But the older you get, the truth of the matter is, like for me, right? I got my own situation. I ain't got time to be running around holding no grown man hand. I'm 50, dog. Yeah. Like at 50, you don't know the covenant that you made with this woman, right? So same guy, and we don't kick it as much. I just know he's married now. And all of our values don't align as much, right? So we don't kick it like that anymore. But let's say if we were, right, and he was, if I was to come into that type of information, again, I'm not, chasing him down, running him down, talking about, you doing that lady wrong. No, nigga, you doing her wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So I would sooner distance myself because I definitely don't want my wife to find out and she looking at me like, oh, that's who you keep company with? You know what I'm saying? Nah. We gotta be adults in these things, man. Adults gotta be adults, man. So the whole conversation, I think y'all was talking about just like cheating, period. Do the women get to cheat back and all that? That's craziness. Like
no, but this is a whole different. But in Chicago, there's a whole different generation we living in. A lot of people don't want to leave a relationship; they rather to cheat on the individual and stay in the relationship.
Yeah, then that you a bum ass person though, right? If you gotta cheat. I've said this on this platform. I had a homeboy when I was in Atlanta, man. We was staying together. Paul,
that's a fact.
But here's the thing. He had one girl, she was leaving. When she was leaving, it was another one coming in. I'm bugging like, yo. And they did, I mean, they probably was cordial towards one another, but he walked one out the door, the other one came right in. I'm sitting up there like, yo, Chef, how you pull that? Like, what the? He said, listen, man, you would be surprised what a woman would do or what she'll let you do, or whatever, if you give her the option. Don't lie to these females and don't take that option away from her. So I say that to say, why cheat? Why cheat? If you in a relationship and you an adult, you know what I'm saying? Then why you not just being upfront and honest to begin with? And I get it. I know that's la la land or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's ideal, but that's the honest truth. If like Ron, to your point, for this generation, it's straight savage mode out here. You know
Correct.
What I'm saying?
It is.
We call effing on the first date one night stands. That's just par for the course for this generation now.
Yep.
That's expected.
Yep.
I took you to Roof Chris. I'm finna get some of that Roof Chris.
Yep.
Fact. That's fact. You ain't lying.
So why you gotta lie about it? You ain't gotta lie to kick it, fam. Listen. If you state your case up front and she ain't with it, then she ain't with it. Move around, right? Y'all keep saying women outnumber us 3-1, and then Atlanta off the chain with it, right? So I get the mentality of it, but I think this path that we headed down ultimately, there's going to be a severe correction that comes as a result, because none of that is natural. It's not natural for you to be a savage and heartless and just out here running through people and dicking everything down 7 ways to Sunday with no emotion, no attachment, no nothing, no purpose, no nothing. You just want to get a nut. You're not even thinking about creating community, creating family. Nah, G. Nah. Hey, Ron, and just because they doing it don't make it right. That's why I say just because you put syrup on it don't make it pancakes.
Yep.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But I'm
you coming in with the window. You coming in with the wisdom, Chicago Gorilla. You, True, PH Diva, all you guys, EJ. We really do really appreciate it. You never know.
Not that everybody but that pug knows.
Not only that, but guys, make sure y'all go ahead and plug in your channel. Go ahead, True, plug in your channel, because now I start realizing you going live, True. So let the guys know when you go live. Tell them what days you go live. Chicago Gorilla go live sporadically. Go ahead, True. What days do you go live, my brother?
I'm gonna start, pushing my channel a little bit more to try to get away from, certain channels and stuff like that. I just realized a lot of stuff been like irritating the hell out of me, but it's been irritating me for a while. And a lot of people been, people that actually do care, they hit you behind the back, like, bro, like, you kind of got to get away from that stuff because you already know certain people ain't listening, bro. I understand.
And not only that, but you got to keep it in mind too. You got to keep that in mind, too. Because remember, when you be on other people's platform, make sure you share your screen too, because you can share a screen too as well when you're on other people's platform. Just letting you know.
Yeah. Now that because I forgot that's a new feature and everything like that. But I'm gonna start pushing my channel a little bit more. I'm definitely going to still come over here with you guys because this is class personified over here, standard, decorum. Everything is good. So I'm still going to probably over here. You can check me out basically daily. I'm going to continue to do my Bible studies over there. I'm gonna do Matthew 1-3 tonight, and I'm gonna try to make sure this is something that I'm mandating for myself to do 3 chapters all the way through, because if you do 3 chapters for 360 days, you will complete the Bible. So I'm
gonna come lead devotion. For your
But now that, but Natasha, the mom mother, Natasha, put your link in the chat. The mom mother ahead of you. She put your channel in the chat. We really do greatly appreciate the mom mother, Natasha Vincent. She put all y'all links in the chat. Also, Sapphire Great and Chicago Gorilla. She Rising Soul. So guys, make sure you go and subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to Chicago Gorilla channel. Chicago Gorilla, I see you going a different approach on your channel. What's going on over there? I see you going a different route now.
No, man, we doing we gonna get to this Shell Toes and Merlot conversation, man. We gonna get to this intersection where where hip hop meets maturity. You understand what I'm saying? I did want to say I don't want to plug my channel, man, because I'm still tinkering with it. But I did want to say, listen, if y'all enjoy the content that these brothers are doing over here, and it's a very small world. Somebody that I know in real life and respect. On Facebook, they posted the interview that you guys did with Ben Garden.
Yes.
He has a group. He has a sizable following on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Ben Garden is a part of that group and responding. I was like, dang, small world. You know what I'm saying? That's family.
It is a small world.
Yeah. So
Chicago, I try to tell you, man, tell your brother we want to work with it. We want to work with everybody.
Oh, no, y'all do y'all thing, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Listen, like, share, subscribe. Follow these cats for what they doing on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. But listen, I want to also say, just as a last word, we talked about this earlier over there with PhD and them. Listen, family. Tuesday, November 5th will be here. Midnight, you know what I'm saying? Probably things will shift again as they typically do every 4 years, right? Some of you have not voted yet. Some of you are on the fence about your vote. I encourage you to vote. I implore you to go vote, but more importantly, do the knowledge and understand. Do not vote from emotion. Some people, doing the civil rights, go vote and just, I don't care about your conscience. Let me keep it a beam with you. You voting for your conscience does nothing either to help your situation or the greater community, fam, right? So know who you voting for. Research as best you can based on your principles and your ideology. Cast your vote, but also have a plan after you cast your vote. It does not stop once you leave that voting booth. Okay, have a plan for what you're going to enact November 6th, because November 6th is when the work starts, not January 3rd, Monday in January, whenever they do the inauguration, right? It's not when the work starts. The work starts November 6th. Okay, so do the knowledge, understand who the candidates are, because there's candidates in your local elections that's on the ballot too. My city is judges and referendums and stuff on that ballot, right? So understand that it's more than just the presidency at stake. All right, I'm on mute.
Yeah, because I realize that too. A lot of people starting to leave those areas blank. Say, "Oh, I don't want to care. I'm only voting for the president," and that's bad. You got to vote for stuff that's going to happen within your environment, the taxes, all of that. Florida right now, they always focus on the homestead situation. That never changes. So I was like, they got to do some changes. So me and Hakeem did early voting. I think Jordan's still waiting to do his.
Tomorrow. I think
you doing yours tomorrow? I did mine today. And you see a lot of smile on black women's faces when they see a black man vote. Like I was telling Hakeem and Jordan on the opening show, like they smile when they see a young black man voting. So that's a good thing too as well. But guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe like on Chicago Realist said, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you guys so much. Chicago Realist for being on the panel. EJ, Elijah for being on the panel. True, never favorite. Thank you so much, brother, for being on the panel. You already know the Supreme Goddess, PH Diva. Y'all want to see her? Go over there on the Sharon channel on the Wildest Wake Up Show in the morning. The link is in the chat. The mom mother's already ahead of us. She already put the link in the chat. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace. Thank you so much, Sapphire Grace, for gifting membership. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you subscribe to her channel as well. Thank you to Mom Mother for always supporting us, always dropping people's link channel in the chat. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Dark Lady that was also in the building. Why High? Thank you, Why High, for tuning in. Thank you so much for always being there each and every time we go live. Sugar Bum, Shiesty Bum, whatever you want to call her. Thank her so much for also being in the building. She got so many different names, PhD. I don't know what to call her. I'll be like, oh, she all over the place. Shout out to the lovely Mimi. Today is Wild Out Wednesday. She's going to be over there with Ashton Williams holding it down. Over there on their side, on the Shiesty Avengers side. I think they go live right after us, which is 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central time. So guys, make sure you go over there and subscribe. Right now, Ashton's close to 700 subscribers. Shout out to him. He's been putting in a lot of work. Yeah, he's been putting in a lot of work.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. He's been putting in a lot of work. So guys, make sure you go over there and support the brother. Let's get him to 1K subscriber. Also Chicago and also True Never Favorite. And like Chicago Realist say, y'all go make sure you check out that dope interview with Ben Garner. That thing was dope. Really, really dope. Chicago, did you see the interview? It was a really dope interview. That dude was fire.
No, I need to go back and look through it. It looks like y'all was having a conversation around music, which you know is a passion point for mine. And I'm assuming he was approaching it from the independent perspective. But there was a lot of activity on that post, though. A lot of thumbs up, and a lot of independent artists in that chat was looking for some of the information that the brother was sharing.
Yeah. No, it was really, really dope interview. Shout out to Kareem Stevie for that interview, because she actually know him on a personal level. Yeah. So she's the one that got us that interview.
Oh wow.
She's the one that got us that interview. Yeah, Kareem Stevie. Yeah, who is related to Hakeem. Yeah. So she got us that interview. That was really, I'm not gonna lie, really dope.
She's also a musician as well. She's in a band, so they all running like the same crowd. But she know we interviews everybody. We want to interview interesting people.
Yeah, anybody
who has anything going on. You know what I mean? So it was a beautiful situation.
I'm trying to get an OnlyFans person on here. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to interview everybody. So see why you doing OnlyFans? What's the reason? So people have a voice. People like you never know somebody's talent. And to me, Ben Garner just showed me how talented people really are, because he was able to be Chicago Really. When you see the interview, I don't even want to mess it up with you, but when you see the interview, you want to see him like automatically freestyle like poetry. Like it was just amazing. It was just natural. Yeah, like the amount of good people have.
He has an audio book out, he has a book out, and he has an album out. So he does more like a Jimi Hendrix type music.
And he also does photography as well.
Yeah, he's a photographer.
Yeah. Subscribe to Dialogue channel as well. Go ahead, Hakeem.
And he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, he is from Atlanta. He heavily support Atlanta. But y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to the Dialogue channel as well. Shout out to Abby Wody that was also in the building. Shout out to you guys that's watching us on Instagram, man. You guys, we really do greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. Our Instagram is growing too. We've seen people go there like Miss Lockhart, Shay, Mr. 305, all these people. Billionaire, all these people that have been watching us on Instagram. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to you guys that are watching us on Twitch, Kick. Make sure you guys follow. And also Rumble. Thank you guys for tuning in on Rumble and also on Twitter. You guys, y'all be holding it down over there on Twitter. Twitter numbers also growing as well. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. But guys, make sure y'all follow. They're watching, but they're not following. So guys, make sure. Hakeem, I don't know what you got over there on the side, my brother.
Shout outs to the first J Boxer, Jensen, Javon, Imam, Jermaine, iTopper. That's it.
Thank you guys for tuning